Hello and welcome to another update about Bitcoin. The Bitcoin chart on the daily time frame, without surprise, is still holding below the trend line. Talked about that only in yesterday's update. We took a look at this trend line here together. And as you can see, the price hasn't really taken out any major resistance yet. So it doesn't really give much confidence that a substantial low has formed already, but it's still a wave count I'm tracking. But again, it's not super high confidence because the move to the upside, I mean, if Bitcoin has bottomed, the move to the upside would possibly turn into a leading diagonal, which could be an A wave, for example, yeah. But we haven't got 5 waves yet. We only have a 3-wave move to the upside, as you will see on the smaller time frame. It's just not. Basically, we don't have a confirmed low. We don't have 5 waves up, and we don't even have a break above the trend line. We don't have a break above any previous significant swing high, like these, for example, here, at around 88,850, to 89,000, this area. And it's just important to understand. I mean, this week has been quite slow so far. I don't think there has been any change really to the wave count, other than maybe on the smallest time frames. Support levels certainly haven't changed, resistances haven't changed, and there hasn't yet been much progress this week, which is okay. I mean, we had a lot of volatility last week, also in the stock market. And overall, I'm tracking if the market can generate a 5-wave move to the upside, which we would then class as leading diagonal in this A wave, in the white scenario. Yeah, it would be a 5-wave move. But given that diagonals are not the most trustworthy patterns, and given that we don't even have 5 waves up yet, it is just not the easiest pattern to trade. And I mean, if we get all 5 waves, possibly towards 94K, then what we want to see is in the next pullback, which would be a B wave, we would want to see a very clear corrective pattern, not too steep, not too sharp, that correction, rather a very clear A, B, C structure, maybe a flat correction where the internal B wave is quite high, the entire correction is not too deep, and then, yeah, continuation higher. So overall, daily chart context remains unchanged. The larger degree support levels all remain unchanged. And we pay attention to the trend line. A decisive break above that trend line could indeed be a bullish signal. Let's take a look at the shorter time frame. Yeah, here I'm a bit undecided whether this is this internal 4th wave or if we're already in the main 4th wave. What I want to communicate is that if we get one more high, it could be the 5th wave. I would at least track it as an alternative. Let me remove the red micro count. We don't need that at the moment. But yeah, I'm tracking the white count as primary, as you know if you followed me or if you watched the last videos. So what is that about? Well, that is a potential 5-wave move up in development that could actually take us to around about 94K. As I said, what I'm a bit unsure about is whether this 4th wave is this wave degree and we get one more upside extension to complete circle wave 3. Possibly in the 87,900 to 90,200 area. Then we could get another wave 4 and another wave 5. This last wave 5 is not technically needed for 5 waves because I can already make the case that this was circle 3 and this here is circle 4. I had that wave count, I believe, end of the week. No, not end of the week. Yeah, end of last week and early this week. And then I changed it to the smaller degree wave 4, just because the pullback looked quite shallow first, initially. Now it's evolved into a wider wave 4, and I'm kind of neutral whether this is the smaller degree or the larger degree, but we should get some clarity, I think, soon. And the support levels here, yeah, on the micro level are unchanged. It's between 83K and 79,999. And I mentioned to you yesterday that I'm observing this blue target zone, which is pretty much overlapping with the orange zone to some extent. And the blue zone is based on the internal structure of the fourth wave. A wave, B wave, and then we can calculate a target for wave C. Nearly looks like it might need get another low, but again, we shouldn't really get too much into the micromanagement here. The levels are clear, we have reached them, and I'm watching for a reversal to the upside, but there's no evidence for it yet, and it takes a break above this resistance to reduce the risk of another low. And resistance, micro resistance, which is newly added. I mean, I communicated already yesterday on Discord, but this here is, I've added it now for YouTube as well. It's between 84,360 and $85,715. That would be our initial resistance area to watch, and the zone that the price needs to overcome to indicate the next move up has started. And would not be surprised if we get a little bit further downside, a test of the lower support levels there. But as I said to you, as long as we're holding above that red line, around 78,420, there is not really a major change to the bullish wave count. Okay, so we have to technically allow the space for the price to test 78,420. But if we go down that much, there would be circle wave 4. Yeah, that's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.